Wait. Touch your phone right now. Now listen carefully. You didn't actually touch it. Sounds strange, right? But what you're feeling right now isn't what you think it is. You believe you're touching your screen, but in reality, your finger and your phone never truly meet. Let's break this down. Your hand is made of atoms. This phone is also made of atoms. And here's the shocking part. Atoms are 99.999999% empty space. That means your hand is mostly empty space, and your phone is also mostly empty space. So now the question is, if both are mostly empty, how does touch even happen? This is where things get interesting. When your finger moves closer to the screen, the electrons in your atoms and the electrons in the phone's atoms start to repel each other. They never allow each other to fully come into contact. This interaction is governed by a fundamental force called electromagnetic force. And this force is incredibly strong at very small distances. So what actually happens? As your finger approaches the surface, an invisible barrier forms. Your finger stops, and your brain interprets that resistance as touch. But in reality, you never actually made contact. You only experienced a force. Think about that for a second. You didn't touch your phone. You touched its force field. Now here's another question. If atoms are mostly empty, why don't we pass through walls? Why doesn't your hand go straight through your phone? Because this electromagnetic force becomes extremely powerful at close range. The closer two objects get, the stronger the repulsion becomes. So strong that it creates the illusion of a solid surface. That's why things feel firm, stable, and real. But the truth is, solidity is an illusion. It's not actual contact, it's force interaction. Now let's go even deeper. There's a field of physics called quantum mechanics, and it tells us something even more mind-blowing. Electrons are not tiny solid balls orbiting a nucleus. They behave like probability clouds, meaning we don't even know their exact position. They exist as a likelihood of being somewhere. So now think about this. If the particles themselves don't have fixed positions, then what exactly are you touching? You're interacting with something that isn't even fully defined. Now let's bring it back to your experience. When this invisible force pushes against your skin, your nerves detect pressure. They send signals to your brain, and your brain says, "This is touch." But that's just an interpretation. Touch is not direct reality. It's a translation created by your brain. Now, pause for a moment and really think about this. You have never truly touched anything. Not once in your entire life. And yet, you feel everything. You are always separated from the world, yet constantly interacting with it. Not through contact, but through invisible forces. And that's the most beautiful part of this story. The world is not what it seems. What feels solid is actually a play of energy and forces. What feels real is a perception constructed by your mind. And now, let this sink in. You are not touching the world. You are experiencing its energy. And if you go even deeper, you are made of atoms, and those atoms were created inside stars. So in a way, you are made of stardust, touching a world you can never truly touch. Quote, "Reality isn't what it looks like, and maybe we're only beginning to understand it." Like you're making the viewer think, if this changed the way you think, then you're already rewiring your brain. Take a second, hit subscribe to NEUROVIAX and become part of a community that explores the deepest truths of science, mind, and reality. And tell me in the comments, what topic should we decode next? Your curiosity might be the next video.